Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at some Rainbow Cup battles going up against J Devon and Matty F Baby. I will have a link to their channels in the description. You should go definitely check them out. Now, I did request other battles from other trainers on Twitter, but the matches were a bit laggy, so we're going to not include those this time. They didn't really do them justice, so I don't want to upload battles like that right now. Going into the first match with J Devon, this is going to be a blind battle, meaning that we did not show each other our teams. But then after this best 2 out of 3, we're going to show each other our teams and then, do another set there. After that, Matty F Baby. So starting it off with the Quagsire here. And as you've seen, the video is not going to be 2 times sped up like usual. So we can kind of analyze it. And it's not going to be so like fast talking pace, right? So I do switch into the Poliwrath here. Seeing that if it did hit me with Hydro Cannon or Ice Beam, I will be safe. As you can see, it can take that hit fairly well. And I will be able to dish a decent amount of damage back with that power-up punch, getting stronger and stronger every time I use it. Now, if he does decide to switch into a counter, possibly a flying Mantane or even a grass type, I will have that ice punch to at least back me up to some degree, either burn a shield or take a big chunk of the health off with that power-up punch, giving me more and more attack every time. I will be blocking this one because I don't want to go down quite yet here. And he does decide to just stick it out, and I will be going for the power-up punch yet again here. And it's working quite nicely. And a big shout out to my friend Dark. He usually comments first. He was using this first going up against me, and it was just, destroying me. So I decided, let's give it a shot and see what we can do here. I was trying to get to this Ice Punch. Unfortunately, I was not. Power Up Punch would have done a little bit of damage to Venusaur. Not very effective, being part poison. I did have a couple attack boosts, but I was still trying to go for the Ice Punch. Anyways, going in here with the Venusaur now. I was debating whether or not I wanted to shield this. It's a good thing I did. It is Sludge Bomb. Would have done a good amount of damage, but he does have 2 shields. We have 0. We're not in a great position. I was deciding, let's go ahead and try to bait one of those shields, seeing he's in a pretty comfortable position to burn one, which he does. But at this point, it's almost going to be a lost cause because of the Pokemon I have in the back here. So he hits me up with Sludge Bomb. I'm not able to shield that up, so we're just gonna have to do what we can at this point, not completely give up and keep fighting until the very end here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that Sludge Bomb. He is gonna be using his last shield here, but it's a game over for me, even if he hits me up with Frenzy Plant, which is the better idea, so he can conserve energy for my next Pokemon, which is gonna be Quagsire. And he does decide to switch and go into his Quag here. I go and go for Earthquake, and at this point I was thinking, can I possibly win this? We do, a lot of damage to the Quag, and I will be able to get to that Stone Edge possibly, but he gets there first, and he will be able to hit me up with Earthquake and basically taking me out here, and it's a game over. So it's going to be a good game for the first round. And going into the next one here, let's see what we have going on. And take note that this is not my team set in stone. I'm just testing out Pokemon at this point. So starting it off with the Mantane, he's going there with the Lapras. Ice Shard, and obviously he's going to have Ice Beam there. I was deciding whether or not I wanted to switch, and I was like, okay, well, let's just stick it out for now. I'm going to go ahead and go for Aerial Ace. Another good move you can have on your Mantane is going to be Ice Beam, because you'll be able to hit plenty of Pokemon fairly hard with that. But personally, I'm going to go with the other one because it's going to be doing neutral damage. Specifically in this situation here, it was okay. But I possibly should have shielded that Ice Beam. The Mantane is a pretty tanky Pokemon, somewhat. It was able to take it, being part water type as well as flying. So it is going to be neutral damage, hitting up that Aerial Ace, doing a decent amount of damage. He is going to be coming again, possibly with an Ice Beam here. I do decide to shield up. It is a Surf, so I kind of wasted. But I wanted to do a little bit more damage to that Lapras because what I have behind it is going to not be able to take it too much. And I'm able to get to another Aerial Ace anyways. So let's go ahead and see if he shields up, which he does. He has energy stored up. He does not want that Lapras to go down quite yet. So we are just deciding on whether or not we want to go in there with the Kingdra start or the Venusaur, because he will be able to counter us, and then we're going to have to switch at that point. So I was trying to, analyze the situation. He's going to be going with that Ice Beam, doing a decent amount to the Kingdra, a little bit over half, unfortunately. Kingdra is a very nice option to go in here with. Your charge moves are going to take forever to finally get to, but the key is Dragon Breath. If you have a Legacy Water Gun, I suppose that is going to be good as well. But Dragon Breath is hitting pretty much everything with neutral damage unless it's going to be a Steel type in this specific cup here. So we will be shielding this because we want to get off as many Dragon Breaths onto that Raichu as we possibly can. and do a switch here into the Venusaur, because everything the Raichu is going to be hitting us up with is not going to be very effective. It has Brick Break, not very effective. Electric moves, not very effective. Although Wild Charge, as you can see, does a great amount of damage, unfortunately, for my Venusaur. And that's not looking too great. I wanted to store up a little bit more energy before I hit up that Frenzy Plant to see if I can recover this battle. But he is whipping my butt over here. So the Raichu is almost down. He does make the switch there into his Venusaur. I'm going to go with the Sludge Bomb right away. Seeing that he is out of shields at this point, he's not going to be protecting his Venusaur, so I can just go for the strongest hitting move. In this case, that's going to be Sludge Bomb. And my Venusaur is basically out of here for now. So let's see what happens. Hits up with that Frenzy Plant, and in comes my Kingdra. So, you know, this is a pretty close one. I decided to just go for the Outrage here, and maybe I would be able to hit that Raichu with barely any health up right before I faint out, but that's not the case. He did have a charge move ready to go, and that is going to be a game for that one. So he is winning the first set. Very good. Let's go into the next round here. Now this is after we looked at each other's teams. I just threw a little something together here, you know, kind of, you know, what I think I may want to use for this Rainbow Cup, but I haven't put anything in stone. So he's starting it off with the Lapras. I'm going in here with the Poliwrath, and this is a great matchup for me. Unless he had a Legacy Dragon Breath, which in this case it's a shiny, so it doesn't, we're looking great because we will be able to hit it up with super effective fighting type moves, that Power Punch, and it's just going to get stronger and stronger. Now I thought he was going to switch, but what I'm thinking is he didn't want me to have the switch advantage. So he does actually switch right there into the Raichu, and Power Punch is still a good option, and we're going to go ahead and go with the Quagsire right away here, hard countering it. So we're looking pretty good. Being part ground type, the electric moves are not going to be very effective. So it does look like he was trying to get to that possible Wild Charge, and in this case I will be shielding it up. I do want to preserve my Quagsire a little bit. Yes, it does resist electric moves, but you know, that move is still going to hurt a decent amount. So we're going to go ahead and go with Stone Edge here. Surprised he shielded that up, so he is down a shield, and we're both at 1. And I just wanted to take it out with quick moves here. He was not able to get off another charge, which is great for us. Let's see what he's going to be bringing in here. It's going to be Venusaur. He does have 1 shield left, and I do get a little bit more energy. I decided to go with Earthquake to maybe possibly, you know, hit him hard, and he's not going to shield up, which he didn't. We're looking great at this point here. And let's see if we can get to Stone Edge. One more. Nope, unfortunately not. And he was storing a lot of energy, so whatever I bring in here is going to be getting hit, possibly with 2 charge moves here. But let's see what we can pull off. Going in with the Poliwrath, we do have 1 shield left, so that's good. And he has such little health left. I'm pretty sure he was almost about to get off another Frenzy Plant, but I was able to take it out because Will had like 2 HP there. In comes the Lapras, and we're looking fantastic now. So we're just going to go ahead and go with the Power Up Punch in this situation. Now, Slowbro is going to be a great Pokemon to use. I went up against my friend Dark yesterday using it, and it worked fantastic, as well as Matty F Baby using it against me here in just a moment. As you will be able to see, it's going to be able to counter quite a bit, but it does have to look out for those electric as well as grass type Pokemon. But finishing off this Lapras here with that Power Up Punch, and that is going to be a good game there. So as you can see, Poliwrath is looking pretty good. You do have the Magneton, which will be super effective, but you're hitting it up with super effective quick Mud Shot if you do have that Legacy, and then the Power Up Punch will just absolutely devastate that Magneton as well. So we're starting off this next battle. I'm going in here with Venusaur. He's going in there with a Blastoise. It's not looking good for him whatsoever. He does stick it out for a minute. I'm assuming he does not want to switch, therefore I would have the advantage to counter him. So obviously we're going to go for the Frenzy Plant. No need to store any more energy. He will be shielding that up. And I was thinking, okay, he does possibly have Ice Beam on there. Well, he does have Ice Beam, so we're definitely going to be shielding this because I don't want my Venusaur going down. We're in a great position. Nobody has switched yet, so we're just going to keep it going like this. He does decide to retreat, and I get ready here, and I'm just not looking great. Both of the Pokemon I have are going to be weak to Venusaur, so I do decide to bait a shield here, make him think I'm using Sludge Bomb, but he doesn't fall for it. Very nice. But I do have so much energy stored up, I will be able to go for that Sludge Bomb, but he knows the way the game works. You go for the bait, you go for the hard hitting, but he doesn't decide to shield that one either. He does have something up his sleeve, possibly. So I do decide to shield this myself. I want to preserve that Venusaur, and now we do not have any more shields left. But I do want to retreat the Venusaur for possibly later with energy. Well, I was at least contemplating it, but I was able to take him out. I'm not too sure if he was trying to get something or he couldn't get off his charge there. In comes the Blastoise, and he does have 1 shield left. We have quite a bit of energy stored up here, so we're looking pretty good, but no shields. So we're going to go ahead and hit that up and switch immediately. So whatever he dishes out with that charge move, it can just take the brute force of that, seeing that we don't have more shields left. Poliwrath is a good candidate for this position here because it's going to have Hydro Cannon as well as Ice Beam. Both of those are going to be resisted on my Poliwrath. Going to go for that Power Up Punch, doing neutral damage and getting stab, of course, because it's going to be part fighting. It does go through, and we do take that Blastoise down. In comes the Quagsire, which is his final Pokemon. I do go for the Ice Punch. I was thinking maybe just Power Up Punching all the way would have been a better option. It wasn't a horrible decision or anything, but I think Power Up Punch would have been a little bit better here. I do decide to go for another Ice Punch and doing a decent amount of damage. And whatever he does, if he goes for Stone Edge, it's not going to be very effective, but at this point, the Poliwrath will still go down. It would have been in his best interest to use whatever takes the least amount of energy because I still have 2 Pokemon behind me. In comes the Venusaur, but, you know, I have 2 charges ready to go, and he has no more shields, so that is going to be it for those rounds there. So thank you, J Devon, for those battles. Much appreciated. So we're both 1-1. Next time, we'll see who takes that win. All right, now going in here with Matty F Baby. Much appreciated for these battles as well. So let's see what we have going on here. Starting it off with the Poliwrath, and he's going in there with the Slowbro. Now, I've done this before. I already know how it plays out, and it's not good for the Poliwrath whatsoever. Power Up Punch, not very effective. Ice Punch, not very effective. So we need to get the heck out of there. But the thing is, I do have Venusaur, which is going to be taking super effective damage from Confusion, so I'm pretty much forced to go in here with the Quagsire, in which case he's going to be able to counter me with a Grass type. So I'm just going to go for that Earthquake in hopes of him not shielding up and doing a good amount of damage, but he does decide to burn a shield at this point, and I'm going to let the Quagsire go. There is no point for me to even keep it alive. Basically, what I want to do is let it fade out, and then go in here with a counter, which is going to be my Venusaur, seeing that, yeah, you know, Meganium does have Earthquake, which will be doing a lot of damage to Venusaur, but I will be able to get to the Sludge Bomb a little bit quicker, maybe depending upon the energy that he did have. This will be super effective to the Meganium, as a matter of fact, and this is why Venusaur kind of trumps it in a way. So see how much damage it does. Pretty good there. I am going to be gambling here and letting this go through. It could have been an Earthquake, but it's a Frenzy Plant, and that is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and finish that off with quick moves, so we can just have that Frenzy Plant ready for the next Pokemon, or possibly get to the Sludge Bomb, depending upon what it is. So I should have maybe, you know, went for the Sludge Bomb in this situation here, seeing that it is a Ninetales, and he did let it go through, and he does have 1 shield. We do have 2, so we're looking great here. I believe he is trying to store energy. He's not going to use anything. I was trying to go for that Sludge Bomb. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to it. In comes my Poliwrath, and it's going to have Psyshock on that Ninetales. That's definitely something you're going to be wanting to use if you are, in fact, going to choose Ninetales to be on your team. It's going to be super effective, of course, to Poliwrath as well as Venusaur or any other poison types, hitting him up with that Power Up Punch. And we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good. We do have another shield. We'll be going for that Power Up Punch, of course, taking out that Ninetales. And let's go ahead and see what he has in the back. It's going to be that Slowbro, ready to go with the charge move. Let's see what he's going to be using. It's going to be Ice Beam, doing not so much, not very effective, but still taking a decent chunk off my Poliwrath here. And I'm able to get off a Power Up Punch. Let's go ahead and see how much this is going to be doing here. And there you go, not very much. And we go down with a shield left, and he takes the first win. So that's going to be a nice round there. Going into the next one, let's see what we have going on here. Going to be starting it off with Quagsire. Pretty good lead, depending upon what they're going up against. If they start off with Grass, you're in some big trouble. But he is starting it off with Quagsire, so this is going to be a mirror match. Fairly good for me and him as well. It all depends on how we play our shields and our charge moves at this point. So I was going to be going for the Stone Edge to possibly bait out a shield. I do decide to let this go through, taking a good amount of health off my Quagsire, and let's hope he burns a shield at this point. And if he doesn't, then we just did barely any damage. So unfortunately he doesn't, but that's okay. At least we have that energy advantage to some degree. And I will be shielding this because I don't want to go down with all of that energy wasted. So he goes for the Sludge Bomb, and I'm going to go for the quick switch here. We'll have that energy gain on the Quag for whatever I need later. I'm going to go with the Venusaur here and finish it off with quick moves. He is going to be able to counter me at this point with a possible fire type. Let's see what he brings, and it's going to be Ninetales. This time I'm going to be going for Sludge Bomb, but he knows better, and he's definitely going to possibly be shielding that up, in which case he does. Very good. And he could basically finish me off with quick moves, but if he does want to save that shield, he does need to go for the Psyshock and either make me burn my shield. So you're definitely going to be using that. See, we had all that energy, hitting it up with Sludge Bomb here, and let's see what he decides to do. He's going to be shielding it up. That's good. So he will be able to finish me off with quick moves and store energy for whatever I bring out next. And he's going to have a Psyshock ready to go. Not too sure what he had for his secondary move, if he had one. As soon as we bring on our Quag, we're going to be going for that Stone Edge immediately. We need to take that Ninetales out, seeing that what we have in the back is going to be going down extremely fast to fire types. In comes the Meganium, and here comes the surprise Pokemon, which is going to be Scizor. So let's go. This is going to be super effective to Meganium, being a pure grass type, using bug moves and everything. Well, Earthquake's going to be doing a great amount of damage. You'll be able to see that here in just a second. And if you're wondering, well, why are you using Scizor over Fortress? Because I love Scizor. It's amazing, and it can finally participate in a cup and show some great usability. I do have Night Slash on there for neutral damage in case I had to get off a move that wasn't very effective up against something that wasn't taking super effective damage, possibly a fire type, if I was even able to get to it, because we will be very weak to fire going down in a couple of quick moves. So that's going to be a nice round going into the next one here. Let's see what we have. Starting it off with Blastoise. I don't really use this too much, but I decided it's a safe lead, seeing that he was using that Slowbro. So let's see how this plays out here with Water Gun, Hydro Cannon, and Ice Beam on the Blastoise. We do know he has Ice Beam on the Slowbro, and we will be possibly seeing the other move he has here. So hitting it up with Hydro Cannon, and Hydro Cannon is just a great move all around. Blastoise is fairly tanky, can get to it really quick. Just deciding whether or not I wanted to shield this up. Do let it go through. It's a Water Pulse, so it's a good thing we did not waste a shield, and we're able to get to another Hydro Cannon here. So we're looking pretty good. But at this point, it's looking like he's going to be able to take me out. He does decide to shield that up with those confusions and have some energy stored up, as well as seeing my next Pokemon and having some sort of an advantage over the switch. So I was thinking, do I want to go in there with Venusaur? Not really. Let's go ahead and go Kingdra, take it out with the Dragon Breath, but he was able to get to his charge move, which is going to be Ice Beam, and we've seen how much that does a lot to Kingdra. It is going to be part water type as well as dragon, so it's not going to be super effective on the Kingdra, but still neutral and doing a good amount. In comes the Quagsire, and it's looking okay here. I decided to do some Dragon Breath, store some energy, but I didn't switch quick enough. But we do have 2 shields, so that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and protect our Kingdra with all of that energy, and then make the switch into Venusaur here. Gain a little bit more energy. In comes the Venusaur doing massive damage. He does have 1 shield, so do we. So if we play this right, we could possibly win the match. So he's hitting me up with Sludge Bomb. That would do a decent amount to Venusaur, so it's a good thing I used my last shield there. And we do have the Ninetales coming in. Now I was deciding, what should I do? Should I bait him? Go for the Sludge Bomb. Let's bait him first. Seeing that I've been going for the Sludge Bombs first, he might think I'm going to go for that. And he does shield up, so that's great. We're looking awesome, and we're able to get to that Sludge Bomb. He has no more shields. This is going to hurt the Ninetales quite significantly. And there it goes. But it's really not enough. And at this point, we're not looking too hot because he can and is storing energy for his charge move for whatever comes in. We're going to be going for that Outrage immediately, but he has no more shields, so we'll be able to take that Ninetales out. Looking great. And then let's see what he brings in. The last Pokemon is going to be the Quagsire with a little bit of health, and we're able to finish it off with Dragon Breaths right in the nick of time. So with that said, trainers, thank you for watching. Thank you to the 2 trainers that I battled. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.